marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Just try making something like that out of a cola nut. Why, it's even prettier than a cola. Nuttier than a cola, actually.
That's the great Jeffrey Holder. Now he was an actor. He was a great actor.
I think he's passed away.
He
too.
did. Yep. That's correct. He passed away in 2014, October 2014, and he was a great actor. He was. You might know him from the movie Live and Let Die.
Yep.
He was in that movie, and he was great in that movie. Him and
that's one of my favorite Bond songs by Paul McCartney.
McCartney wrote that, and it was a really good movie. But Jeffrey Holder, he put 7-Up on the map even more so with that, because that ad campaign was wonderful. He did more than one of those kind of commercials anyway.
Well, do we see 7-Up commercials anymore? I don't.
No, as a matter of fact,
you just don't see
Sprite
them.
has taken over.
Well, as a matter of fact,
in the community.
Well, you see Mountain Dew more than anything else. Mountain Dew, believe it or not, Mountain Dew is everywhere. But now all these energy drinks, Monster and all these other energy drinks are taking over.
I've never had one of those.
You don't even see. I cannot think of the last time I saw a Pepsi commercial. I'm sure they're out there. You just don't see them like you used to, because what happens is they don't have to, because Coke is out there, Pepsi's out there. They've already made their name, so people know when they want a Coke, they're going to go get a Coke. When they want a Pepsi, their ad campaign has worked over the years. They don't have to advertise as fiercely as they used to, because sometimes Pepsi might get a little bit more sales a month or so, and then Coke will overtake them again, and then Coke will come out with another smaller ad campaign. Like at all the restaurants now, they have these machines that give you all these different kinds of Coke flavors.
They call it freestyle.
Yeah. So
hate it.
Yeah, I know, but still,
it's convenient, but it doesn't taste as good.
But it's a great campaign. But anyway,
it is.
So you don't see it as much as you used to. Just based on the fact, I don't think they have to as much as they used to.
Well, you have wars like I'll say, like Arby's chain, for instance. They had Coke, then they had Pepsi. So there's some really creative, like genius ad rep.
It depends on what kind of deal they get.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about money.
Yeah, but then PepsiCo bought out KFC. You're not going to see Coke in KFC.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and the other thing about Coke,
and movie theaters too.
Yeah,
exclusive.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the Coke is, especially Coke, is there are all these corporate sponsors for concerts,
and they own arenas, dude.
Festivals.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by Coke. So you'll see the Coke banners everywhere. Right. I was in Chattanooga. Coke banners were everywhere.
Here in Atlanta at SunTrust Park, I know you've been this season. I've been to a couple games. If you look at SunTrust Park or any major league ballpark, it's all a bunch of doggone commercials. You can't even hardly see the score of the game or stats or the strikeouts. Exactly. It's really ridiculous, man. I see Equifax on the outfield wall. Everyone listening to this knows what Equifax did. Anyway, I digress.
And I see Comcast.
Compromising.
Comcast is there too,
Yeah.
Comcast is dropping a lot of channels. You know that?
And Comcast customer service so bad they had to change the name of the company to Xfinity.
Well, the cable companies have to. Here we go, pod blasting to another subject, but
to another dimension.
But the reason they have to do that is because the carriage rights keep going up. ABC wants this much, CBS wants this much, Weather Channel wants this much, and they don't want to pay that anymore because they don't feel they have to.
And so carriers drop networks all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
did you know that Comcast dropped TCM? And if you call Comcast, they say, if you're calling about TCM, press this number.
See, that's all negotiation.
They dropped it because
they
want too much money to carry the service.
Exactly.
Now, Tom works in the business. He's an employee of the Weather Channel, so I don't want to cut too close to home.
No. Well, FiOS, they were in a carriage thing about FiOS, Verizon FiOS up in New York. So Weather Channel just recently started reappearing back in New York because they finally got it together, but it took them almost 2 years, I think.
I've never heard it going that long. That's why.
I neither, but I want to say it took about 2 years. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They finally got it, so now we're back on in Verizon FiOS up north in Virginia, New York, Washington area. It took them a while to figure out how they're going to make it happen, but they did. They finally made it happen, which is a good thing for everybody.
When did the Weather Channel start?
Oh gosh, you're asking me something I don't. I'm not privy to that knowledge, but it started a very long time ago.
It's a brilliant concept because
it
it's
started-
not polarizing.
No.
You know, it's something everyone wants to get updated on.
Yeah.
I mean, now true, we have it in our phones like everything else. You
Yeah.
have a calculator in your phone, you have your weather.
Oh, sure.
But
sure.
I found the Weather Channel to be very accurate.
It is.
And
It
I
is.
know, Seidel, he's one of the
There's
on-air
another
people.
one called Weather Nation,
Oh,
I
through-
believe. Yeah, I think
through a
Weather,
friend.
Weather Channel is the biggest.
Yeah, but they're just a thumbnail.
What was the guy that started Weather Channel? It was John.
Yes.
He used to be on Good Morning America. He
well,
did
was
the
out
weather.
Of Chicago. He was out of Chicago.
Yeah, he did the
Uh,
weather.
Anyway, moving on to what we're here to talk about with the commercials. Again, the Coke battles and everything. We can talk about that all day long, but I don't want to because those idiots are. Excuse me. Did I say idiots? Those bozos. Oh, did I say bozos?
Coke Wars
Are already rich enough as it is. They don't need our help.
You just inspired a new topic, the late night wars, for another PodBlast.
No, absolutely, because there's so much there.
Lots
It's not even
to talk
funny.
about.
It's
Lots
not
of
even-
clips, too.
Lots of stuff to talk
Yeah.
about stuff like that, especially the latest Conan O'Brien debacle. But we won't go there.
He's the only one I like on late night.
Well,
Yeah.
he's hardly there anymore.
I know,
so
he's only
Yeah,
30
enjoy-
minutes.
With the
Enjoy him
playoffs,
while
TBS
you
knocked them
can.
off. Right.
Shame on TBS.
Yes.
Hour, half hour.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's cool about Conan, though, is he goes on the road a lot in other countries, for
Oh,
goodness
yeah,
sakes.
that's
And
great. He's popular.
San
over there.
Diego Comic-Con. Yeah. So
And he's real popular.
we like Conan.
So
He
what-
should have got to the night show.
So let's move.
Yeah.
Well, he did have it.
Well, they
He
took
did
it
have
away
that.
from him.
Oh, he did
You're
have
going to
it for a
get
while.
Tom on the soapbox, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
another
so
subject.
Get me off the soapbox. So let's don't talk. I thought Conan was doing a very good job hosting the Tonight Show. I thought he was off to a good start. It was funny. It was cutting edge stuff. He was just on top of his game, I thought. And for them to not, the typical NBC MO
Yeah.
is not give a show enough time to settle with its fan base, et cetera, et cetera.
Seinfeld.
I
almost
did a
got
show.
yanked. Yeah.
I did a show with Ronald Reagan Jr. and Monica Crawley, and it was doing really good in the ratings. It was starting to really get an audience, and we were going to go on twice a day, and